To the Kentucky Wildlife Center's website, it was founded in 2006 by Karen Bailey. At the center, they say they help save as many animals as possible while also providing community outreach opportunities such as tours, educational programs, and rehabilitator training. They say their goal is when the animals are rehabilitated, they're released back into the wild. On Thursday, the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife Resources say they acted on the complaint made in June. They say it was in regard to the welfare of the animals at the center under Bailey's care. Game wardens who went to the center say 3 otters and 6 raccoons are being held illegally by Bailey. She's charged with 9 violations of holding protected wildlife without a permit. By law, Kentucky Fish and Wildlife says when someone holds a wildlife species for any length of time, they're required to have the appropriate permits prior to the possession of those animals. Kentucky Fish and Wildlife say the animals were taken away and will be cared for by them while the investigation continues. Later, they say they'll determine where the animals will go based on available facilities and the animals' medical records. WKYT has reached out to the Kentucky Wildlife Center for comment, but their facility is listed as temporarily closed online. We've also requested an interview with Kentucky Fish and Wildlife, who say due to the ongoing case, they can't comment further. Mariah Congito, WKYT.